Welcome to the November 4th, 2024 Advance Report for McGowan Group clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. Are expectations too high? We're going to explore that and, of course, the results of the week. Final trading day of the week, the Dow did spike over 500 points. And I'll show you what that corresponded to. We had about 1,000, well, we went from 43,300 to below 42,000 this week. And part of it was expectations are too high. Is the earnings growth enough to actually justify the current levels of the market? Let's explore that. The Dow being a little rally at the end of the week, and this is very typical, like 1,000, 2,000 point correction, and that's been, but still a bull market uptrend, so that appears to be the condition. Now, what have earnings done relative to last year? Earnings are up 8.74%, so nearly a 9% earnings growth. That's better than what we reported last week. Consumer discretionary actually leading the charge, and you'll see something interesting about that as we go through the top 10, bottom 10 for October. Tech 23%, energy lagging. ExxonMobil and Chevron reported at the end of the week, and they continue to buy back stock, raise the dividends, and that led to a rally for both of those energy companies. October, so we say, okay, who did the best and who did the worst in October? Here, you'll notice, this is pattern recognition, right? Look at this. United Airlines up 41%, Norwegian Cruise Lines up 26%, Carnival Cruise Lines up 23%, and Royal Caribbean up 19%. Travel-related companies, that's consumer discretionary, actually 4 out of the top 10 names for the month. Wells Fargo's in there, a little turnaround apparently in process, and Raymond James, a 20% gain for the month. On the bottom side, two patterns to recognize here. First, solar. That's obviously solar. In-phase energy down 25%. First solar down 18%. So you're seeing tax loss selling just pound the clean energy stocks here at the end of the year because they went so high in 2021 with the net zero thesis, and then they hit the wall of overvaluation. All right, utilities coming back again, 24% loss for AES, and Supermicro, their auditor quit. So Supermicro was one of the holdings where we made huge gains. We got out when it appeared to be overvalued, and it's down here. Not a recommendation for your portfolio if we mention something until you get a plan. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman, president, McGowan Group Wealth Management, the team that cares, a team of 11 dedicated, advanced professionals that you really want this team on your side. We serve affluent families right from the Crescent in Dallas. You can come down for your office tour and the Texas Financial History Private Collection with financial lessons you'll never forget, or you could set your time for a Zoom call. You want to update your plan for 2025. Otherwise you'd be a victim. So get ready for 2025. All right. Are expectations too high? I'm exploring that right here. This is Meta Facebook. So at the earnings report, huge growth, 36% gain in profits, and apparently it looked like it wasn't enough, right? Expectations were apparently really high there. And Microsoft, you can see they had a 10% gain in profits, which is respectable, but they still sold off. Had a little rally towards the close on Friday. All right, the jobs report. One of the reasons for the big Friday spike, the jobs report was very disappointing. We'll cover some of the reasons why. But first, inflation came in at 2.1%. Wow, that's pretty close to the Fed target of 2, all right? So they can declare mission accomplished, and part of it was that job growth had been running like 250,000 net new jobs each month, And with the two storms, the two hurricanes, job growth was only 12,000. Obviously, companies are not going to expand if the whole state's covered in water. But we'll see if that bounces back next month. But what does it mean for next week? Well, November 7th is the next Federal Reserve interest rate announcement. Wow, they have the stage set to bring the rates down, and the T-bill market this week predicted that they would go down by 1/3%. I'm not sure that they've ever done that, but 1/4% to 0.5% is the range that the T-bills, they've already moved to forecast that. Oh, baby. This is the betting market. There was a court case that said it's okay to bet on federal elections. They had squashed out sites in the past. We used to cover this before the elections for fun. So, where are we this week? Donald Trump, 61.7%. Kamala Harris, 38%. That's betting, of course, on the outcome of the election, and the payouts are based upon the inverse of those two. So we'll keep you posted. It was, for Trump, it was 67% last week. Well, hopefully by Friday next week, we'll actually know the election results. Be sure to subscribe because we're going to update our 2025 strategy based on the outcome of the election, and we'll tell you the details. But we got to know what happens to Congress. That's one of the key variables that we'll be analyzing this next week. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to find McGowan Group Wealth Management. Go to themcgowangroup.com and you'll find us there. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to networthradio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at networthradio.com, the longer play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So you reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.